What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to TTB Ravens Media, bringing Ravens content every single day. If you want to stay up to date with Ravens content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell as well if you want to get notified every single time I upload a brand new video. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about Lamar Jackson and his contract. However, it will have a strong focus on the new addition to the Cleveland Browns in their new quarterback, Deshaun Watson, because he also signed a massive extension in Cleveland. So I'll talk a little bit about both. I may make another video talking more about Watson and my thoughts on that trade. Guys, I want to say this right now. Deshaun Watson is probably my favorite football player to watch in the NFL. Obviously, off the field issues. I can't speak as to whether or not anything happened. There hasn't been any sort of details. I know the civil cases aren't settled yet, but the court cases are, and he was acquitted of that stuff. So I don't really know what to say on that front. However, in terms of playing football, I think he's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. And this affects the Baltimore Ravens heavily because now he has joined their division and he is alongside some great players in the AFC North. We have Lamar Jackson, MVP winner, Heisman winner. He's been to the playoffs. Every year of his career that he's finished a season, he's led his team to the playoffs. We have Joe Burrow, a Super Bowl player, a guy that last year won Comeback Player of the Year, a phenomenal young quarterback in the NFL. Then Mitch Trubisky, a Pro Bowl quarterback, who's been to the playoffs, yet to win a playoff game, as a starting quarterback in one in Buffalo last year. But overall, a lot of players, have come into the AFC North, but Deshaun Watson is the most recent. Deshaun Watson is a proven player in the NFL. He's a proven clutch performer, proven playoff winner. He didn't have a great team in Houston, but he was still able to get things done even after DeAndre Hopkins left. But let's look at it. He got one of the biggest contracts in NFL history because his contract at, over $40 million a year is fully guaranteed, which Lamar Jackson has to be looking at that and saying, let's go. Because Deshaun Watson, a guy of similar age, a little bit older than Lamar, a guy who probably hasn't done as much in his career as Lamar Jackson. Obviously Lamar has the MVP. So I would say Lamar's done a little bit more. I think they're, when you're ranking quarterbacks, they're right there in the top 5 quarterback conversation. I have them both in the top 5 quarterback in my rankings. So both very good players, but Lamar's got to love this contract. Deshaun Watson didn't even play last year. Deshaun Watson is likely to be suspended for about 6 games. That's the number that's been thrown around the most that I've heard, is the NFL's probably going to suspend him for around 6 games this upcoming season. But guys, Lamar Jackson, it was reported that he was offered like a $35 million deal. We don't know exactly how accurate that number is, but with the new deals that have come out, Lamar Jackson is getting a much better contract than he would have if he had signed that extension even 3 weeks ago. But if he signed it middle of the year, when he got hurt and everyone was like, oh, Lamar should sign his extension, he would have been signing for, it was expected around $40 million, maybe a little bit more, 41, 42, not a ton of guarantees. But Matthew Stafford got a $40 million a year extension in Los Angeles after winning the Super Bowl. Matthew Stafford's older. Lamar Jackson's a better quarterback than him. Guys, Lamar Jackson could be easily getting over $45 million a year and have, I don't know if it's going to be a 100% guaranteed contract, but I think it's going to have heavy guarantees. I would not be surprised, guys, if we saw Lamar Jackson get a 5-year, $225 million deal, which is about $45 million, and have at over $180 million of that guaranteed. I wouldn't be surprised if all of it was completely guaranteed. This is just, the Deshaun Watson, that contract. Yes, it would have affected Lamar if he had gone to a place like Atlanta or Carolina or New Orleans, like he had been rumored. But because he went to the same division as Lamar Jackson, And because Lamar and Deshaun, I don't know if they're good friends, but I know they communicate with each other. They played against each other in college. They've always rooted for each other, at least on social media, and they've always spoken very highly of each other. You know, we saw Lamar say like, "Oh yeah, man, let's go." Like way to go. Way to get your money. Lamar Jackson's going to want to get paid similar, if not a little bit more, than Deshaun Watson. And I think the Ravens should pay him, you know, as much as they can to keep him there. So I just wanted to put out this video kind of saying like my thoughts on how the Watson deal affects Lamar Jackson's deal, because when Josh Allen got his new contract, I talked about Lamar Jackson and how, okay, he should be getting around those numbers. Deshaun Watson set the new quarterback market because of how his guarantees are all set up. But let me know what you guys are thinking about Deshaun Watson coming to Cleveland, coming to the AFC North. I could make a full video on that move to the AFC North, but, you know, this channel, we mostly talk like very strictly Ravens. I can talk about the AFC North and stuff like that if you guys want. I apologize I couldn't get a video out yesterday. I would have talked about Deshaun Watson and stuff like that then, but I was dealing with a lot of vertigo yesterday and could barely stand up. So, you know, wasn't able to make a video, but I'm back. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Subscribe for daily Ravens content, and I'll see all of you again tomorrow, or potentially if there's another Ravens move, I'll talk to you again later.